And this one is a cooperative deck builder where players are going to be fighting back against a horde of demons as they're going to be spawning in different regions of the map. But while players are doing this, you're also going to be trying to prevent the arrival of the 4 horsemen, because along with the main map, you're also going to have a separate board that has 4 different tracks, each one with one of the 4 horsemen occupying it. And throughout the game, the horsemen are going to be moving down these tracks, and if any one of them reaches the middle of the board, then that's one way you can lose the game. But like I said, you are going to be fighting against these hordes of demons, and they're going to be spawning on the main board. And there's 6 different regions where they can spawn, and if 10 demons are ever in one location, then players will also lose the game that way. But at the start of each round, players are going to be drawing an event card which can modify the board in a whole bunch of different ways and cause all sorts of negative effects, causing more demons to spawn, or for the 4 horsemen to move further down the tracks, or even cause some of your followers to be killed. A really interesting thing about the way that these cards work is that they're actually going to be stacking on top of each other from round to round, making the game even harder the further that you get into it. On a player's turn, they're going to be drawing 5 cards from their draw pile and then choosing 3 of them to play by assigning them to one of the 3 locations on their own personal player board. The interesting thing here is that each of the cards actually has 3 different actions associated with them, and depending on where you assign those cards onto your board, that's going to determine which one of those actions gets activated. The 3 different types of actions are categorized into a boon, which is going to basically improve your current situation in one way or another, a use action, which will allow you to perform some sort of ability of the card, usually at some sort of cost, or the sacrifice action, which will activate the most powerful option on the card, but it's also going to permanently eliminate that card from your deck, which can also be a good thing since this is a deck building game, and it can be really beneficial to get certain cards out of your deck at certain moments in the game. The game continues like this with each player taking their turn, and then you're going to be moving into the following round, drawing a new event card and resolving it, and then performing your actions once again. But there is one more thing that players need to be careful of, because as you're playing your cards and performing different actions and as events are happening, players can also each earn corruption. And if the player's health ever goes below the amount of corruption that they've accumulated, then they're going to be turned into a fallen hero. And if enough players end up becoming fallen heroes, then you will also lose the game that way. But if the players are able to avoid corruption while also holding back those 4 horsemen and their entire demon horde, then the players will win the game, and you can check this one out. I'll have a link to the campaign in the description below.